Yes, sir, we can go ahead.
Fine, ma'am. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the webinar series, Mental Health Webinar Series 2020 and 2021. Today, we are in the session of 463. Today, Dr. Veena is our resource person. She is going to talk about the spiritual well-being. And you know, all are knows about Dr. Veena, ma'am, even though few of people may be joined newly. So for them, I would like to introduce Dr. Veena. She's the homeopathy consultant, and she's a psychotherapist also. She done BHMS, she done MSc psychology and MSc counseling and psychotherapy, and some other masters also. She published more than 25 papers in journals and publications, and she done 300 and plus webinar session, and she acted as a more than 25, 30 sessions as a resource person. She got a couple of awards in this. I would like to welcome all the participants and the resource person Dr. Ravinam on behalf of American College Madurai and MS Chellamuthi Institute Madurai and Madras School of Social Work Chennai and Red Pond Educational Institute and Yellow Pond Counseling Center and TNCCA, TNPP and Steps Foundation. So further, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Ravinam, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Salim sir, and a very good evening to one and all present here. And today being Sir Doctor's Day, I'm very happy to address you all on behalf of this occasion. And today's topic is about spirituality. So, why spirituality? Is there any connection, or is there? Do we need spirituality? Is it something to do with the religious process we apply or we inculcate in our daily livelihoods, or is it different from what we practice? What are the different aspects of spirituality, how one can cultivate spirituality, how spirituality is going to help you all in your well-being, be it your physical well-being or be it your emotional or mental well-being. So let's get into the program. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Sir, is it visible, sir? Salim, sir? Salim, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Sir, just let me know if the slides are not changing. Okay.
Fine, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
You can make it
Before,
full screen, ma'am.
yes,
You
sir.
can make
Yes,
it
sir.
full screen.
Yes. I'm doing a little bit of technical issue here. I have done that. I hope it will come soon. Before I start my program, I know you might have all be waiting for Suresh sir to take this topic. I hope I do justice for what material he has shared with us. So, my first gratitude for Suresh Kumar sir for giving this opportunity and also the content for today's session. Okay, we go. So, what is spirituality? So, when we talk about well-being, we know like WHO has given is WHO has given a definition for health where the four domains of your physical health, your mental health, and your social health and your spiritual health. When the four are equilibrium and when the four are said to be in healthy and harmonious way, then the individual is said to be healthy or is having correct well-being. So spirituality, when we talk about it, it is a state of well-being, a state of being healthy and happy. So spirituality has an impact on all the three domains, the other three other domains of health, of physical, emotional and social well-being as well. Talk about spirituality. We belong land which has given the entire world uh, the civilization. When mankind talks about civilization, it is our Indian continent that is much talked about, and India is known as the spiritual hub for the entire world. Whenever any people relate to spirituality, it doesn't go without mentioning the name of India, because it is here where the first civilization known to mankind has evolved. That's what people say, the the Indus Valley civilization. But as such, the recent the excavations near Madurai, the Kiladi, they have shown that the civilization has started even prior to Indus Valley civilization. But we'll not get into all those things. But when we talk about spirituality, of being concerned with the human spirit or soul, as opposed to the material or physical things. There is always a debate, isn't it? We always love to have debates, whether it is scientific or whether it is something which is mysterious. There are certain unanswered or mysterious things in and around us. We know that they are there existing, but we really don't know how they exist, why they exist, and what is the conspiracy or what is the science behind it. Yes or no? There are a lot of unanswered questions, but they are present with us. Spirituality is a sense of purpose. It is also a sense of connectedness to yourself, to others, to nature, to God, or any higher purpose or higher power. See, when we talk about self, there are a lot of people who believe in God. There are people who believe in humanity. There are people who believe, the empathy, the kindness, the compassion, or your work itself. It is something very religious to oneself. There is something known as Aham Brahmasmi. It means like I am God. So our culture is such that even the pandemic has shown the entire world always fold your hands and do namaskaram. When you do the namaskaram, it is like I'm subjecting to you. I am like bowing my head to the person who you are, because of the God that is dwelling inside you, because of the God or the power that is inside you. So Aham Brahmasmi is something like each individual God is uh, and it is also a quest for wholeness. Many a times we attain so many things, we procure so many materialistic things in our life. Over a period of time, we all have this quest or thirst, or what to say, a treasure hunt sort of. I want something like where I could attain wholeness to myself, the purpose of my life, why I am born, what is the meaning to my life. So you have your bank balances, you have three, four apartments, you have everything. Beyond that, you feel like, what is it that I am doing with my life? What is it that I have to do with my life? What is it that I can be purposeful to others? What is it? A small act of kindness. What is it that will make me whole? So spirituality is your answer, and also spirituality is a search for hope or harmony. uh, we are used to a lot of calamities and disasters, which could be man-made, which could be natural, but at times of those disasters, that's where our integrity is questioned, and we get answers through lot of people who uh, help each other, who evoke that humanity that was sleeping along inside yourselves. So and to tell you in Tamil, அந்த தட்டிக்கிட்டு இருக்கிற மிருகத்தை தட்டி எழுப்பாதீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அந்த மிருகத்தில் கூட ஒரு மென்மையான ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது ஒரு பாசம் இருக்கும். இட்ஸ் நாட் லைக் த பீஸ்ட் ஹேஸ் டு ஆல்வேஸ் பி savage. Sometimes the beast also will have its own heart. And spirituality is a belief in higher being or higher beings. Sometimes people will have their own spiritual gurus. uh, some people will be more what to say, they get more interested or more inclined to certain people quotes, to certain people's teachings, to certain people way of leading their lives. So there are a lot of religious gurus or spiritual gurus. For instance, if we take Swami Vivekananda, his guru was Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and also Sharda Devi, Ma Sharda Devi. So they had their own way of teaching us how to lead life purposefully or meaningfully. So there are a lot of people who take mantra from their gurus, and they follow a particular way of lifestyle, seeking what you say, peace rather than monetary benefits, and some level of transcendence or sense that there is more to life than the material and practical. What I told you, like after procuring everything, they will have a தேடல், ஒரு தேடல் இருக்கும். இதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன, எனக்கு என்ன வேணும், ஒரு மனிதனா பிறந்து பீயிங் born a human, what is it that I could live for this mankind. Okay, those activities that give meaning and value to people's life is your spirituality. So spiritual well-being means the ability to experience and integrate meaning and purposeful life through a person's connectedness with himself, through art, music, literature, nature, and power greater than oneself. If you could look, in olden days, art, music, and literature played a crucial role to develop human beings. Sort of, it is not only a person who amasses a huge amount of wealth. He is not the wealthiest person. There are certain treasures which cannot be destroyed. For instance, your knowledge. Knowledge is one wealth, you could take it along with your grave. No one is going to steal it. So try to invest as much as possible on procuring knowledge. I'm not talking about education, I'm talking about knowledge. So knowledge is one thing. The more you give to others, the more it will come to you. The more you share it with others, the more it will be bestowed on you. And
Uh,
art and music.
Veena ma'am,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you. The slides are not changed. Just you want to inform, no? That's why I informed you.
Oh, spiritual well-being. You're not seeing, sir.
Yes, ma'am. The slides, it is the first slide only. So I am.
Okay. Uh, I've stopped sharing. I'll do one thing. I'll again share, sir. Is that okay?
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
I hope this far you all would have understood what I was telling, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Sir, I'll just tell me if it is going now. If it, are you able to see the spiritual well-being now? No,
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
you could
Yes, ma'am.
see spiritual well-being now. Sir, I'll do one thing. I'll share
Yes,
like
ma'am.
this only. Is it okay? Is it visible for
Okay.
you all?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, like I told you, like spiritual well-being is nothing but your ability to experience and integrate meaning and purpose of your life, like to yourself through this art, music, literature. To tell you, like the people indulging in art, music, and literature, they used to inspire people, they used to motivate people. These are the forms where no, sometimes even God used to like get inspired, isn't it? I don't know many of the literatures, but this story from my school days always fascinated me. There was a singer known as Tansen. Tansen was a singer in Akbar's kingdom. Okay, he used to sing so that no, he literally used to lit the lamps through his music. Such was the immense power of music. Even no, we used to say like we used to what to say, impress gods through our penance, through our music, through our art. um, Even Ravana, king of Lanka, he impressed Shiva by playing Veena and he got boo. If you know the mythology, or if you know have gone through the literature which we have, you might have heard Mahakavi Kalidasa. Do you know his story? He was a person like no, he was believed to be very idiotic, and people used to tease him a lot. So he was so frustrated. He wanted to commit suicide, so he went and he was like weeping in front of goddess Saraswati, Kali, Ma Kali. And no, he prayed to her and he said, now I am going to end my life. Okay, so because I am like fit for nothing, people are not giving me respect or anything, then he subjects himself wholeheartedly to mother. And he says like, see, you take my life, let me be at least be useful for this purpose, to no get பலி கொடுக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்களா, அதுக்காச்சும் நான் உதவட்டுமே உங்களுக்கு. So let me be of some importance at least to you. Then mother gets impressed and she like no literally writes on his tongue and says, let Saraswati no be on your tongue. It means dwell on your tongue. It means like you get the literature. And there are so much of stories we could have listened from our grandmothers, grandfathers regards to these things. Raja Ravi Varma, when we look at God, okay, when we look how Shiva appears, or for that matter how Pillai or our own appears, or any god, Hindu gods appear, we always get the imagination, or whatever pictures Raja Ravi Varma has portrayed, isn't it? We literally worship those portraits and we imagine these are gods, isn't it? So this is how you relate to spiritual well-being. So spirituality is not a single path or belief system that you have to follow a particular strategies, or you have to follow certain rules and regulation. Spirituality is a sort of connection to any higher powers you believe in. There are many ways to experience spirituality and the benefits of spiritual experience. If you are aware of the movie Anbe Shivam, where Kamal Hassan says, when Madhavan gives blood to a child who meets with an accident, and he loses lot of blood, and Madhavan, who is very much afraid of the needles, when he is looking at that boy who is suffering with a huge loss of blood, and he says, come on, take blood from me, and try to protect that child. So once the child is protected, he feels so happy, like no, his chest expands with pride. I've like saved a life. No, then Kamal says, now you know, like I see God in you. Then Madhavan just he says, he brushes off. Are you kidding? What do you say? You say I am God. I'm not God. I'm just a human being. He says you have saved a life. No, for me you are a God, isn't it? So we also have different ways of experiencing these spiritual experiences. You do a small random act of no any whenever you help a person who is in need, that small thing will give you a sense of accomplishment, a sense of no, um, you have achieved something immense, as if you have conquered the whole world. When you save a little puppy, or a little or for that instant, if an ant drops in a water, you rescue it and you save it. Okay, the amount of accomplishment or the sense you get will be similar to Alexander the Great, who has conquered the entire world, almost the entire world. That would be the sense of pride you will be having, as if you have achieved everything. So, for others, it may be involving no, experiencing a sense of connection to higher state or sense of interconnectedness with the rest of humanity and nature. Like I told you, the spirituality, this thing is something you do for the humanity. So it need not always be louder and very huge sort of. Even a simple act of kindness is also giving you that sense of spirituality. Okay, so when we talk about wellness, there are different domains of wellness, but here we talk about the physical, emotional, social, intellectual, environmental, and spiritual. So like your Maslow's hierarchy, so each one will give you a sense of happiness, but the spiritual aspect will be above everything. So unless you I mean, once you fulfill all the physical, emotional, social well-beings and everything, only then you will be thinking about your spiritual well-being. So that is like your pathway to get into the higher world or something, or it is a pathway for you to get into like beyond your life. So, what are the signs of spirituality? And when we get into it, asking deep questions. This could happen to anybody, not only for adults, even children. Children will be very inquisitive. They will be asking randomly so many questions: why this, why that, how it could happen like this. A small example in my own personal life, I have to give, like how intelligent a child could be is. My son, when he was very young, I was telling to him, see, you have to be doing good all the time, you have to be correct, because God is watching you. And he asked me, Amma, which God? I was like thinking, which God? What should I say? How could I explain this to a child? I said, okay, the God is omnipresent. No, we get a little bit overbroad and try to explain it. Not exactly with lot of professional languages. I was explaining to him like God will be omnipresent. He is everywhere and all those things. And the other time it has happened, so like my son was telling me like, Amma, you told me, no, if you do anything, God will be watching. I became very curious and I asked him a question: which God, Arjun? My son's name is Arjun. I said, okay, you are saying God will be watching me. Which God, Arjun? Immediately, without even thinking for a second, he said, the God in our puja room. Who else? So that is it. So you need not have your age barriers to become spiritual. Okay. So and we also feel like a child, the pristine, the innocence itself is a godliness, isn't it? We attribute to that innocence and pure and divine thing to godliness. So depending, signs of spirituality would be deepening connections with other people, how compassionate and empathetic you are for others, how feelings of awe and wonder, like I told you, even minute things in life will be making you awe. There are certain micro moments in your life. We know what happened is we got conditioned so that like we stop observing small and beautiful things that are there in the nature. But this pandemic is a tight slap for all of us, all the humankind. This pandemic is a tight slap, and it has taught us like what is that is very important in each one of our lives. Okay, now you don't run, you are at your homes, you are with your loved ones, and no, 24 bar 7 you can work from home, you can learn online. So it has taught you like everything, whatever you think is like more important, that is not, no, what you need in your life. So what you need in your life is people who can be like, whenever you need, people have to be there. You need shoulder to, like, lean on. You need a pat to encourage you. You need an ear so that there is someone to hear you. These are the real wealths you can really earn. So seeking meaning and purpose of life is science of spirituality and wanting to make the world a better place. um, See, this planet doesn't belong only to you. We humans are the most notorious species of this planet. Believe me, the other animals, they are very, very, what to say, samathu குழந்தைங்க. No, they don't exploit other species. They only hunt only when they want food. Otherwise, they'll not disturb any other fellow species. We humans are the ones who exploit each and everyone. We exploit ourselves, we exploit the other species. We uh, what to say, we really disturb the ecosystem like anything. So we are the most notorious species on this world. We are to be humans, but somewhere humanity is like fading away. So research findings, when we look at the research findings, research has shown that religion and spirituality can help people cope with the effects of everyday stress. When we talk about stress, right from kids from LKG, they say I am stressed. I don't know even whether they know the meaning of stress or not. Whatever they want something, they don't get it, they say I am stressed out, I am depressed. So people who look beyond these monetary things, people who have a systemic way of life pattern where they indulge about their physical well-being. Nowadays, how many of our parents encourage our students regards to their physical well-being? Every time we'll be asking our kids how many marks you got, why you lost 1 mark, why you lost 2 marks in maths, what happened. Always we are academic oriented. Have you ever like tried to find out whether your son or daughter is good in music, good in arts, or they they want to explore other things, or did you give them a spiritual way of leading life, teaching them what is minimalism, where they can adapt to situations, whether they can mold themselves to any sort of distress or disasters that may come in. Just think about it. Okay. And also one study found that every spiritual experience helped older adults to better cope with negative feelings and enhance positive feelings. So there is, according to WHO, I'm not saying, depression is the second most dreadful disease. And by 2020, they said, we are in 2021. So probably someone would have like foreseen about this pandemic and would have predicted that depression is the second largest disease. So now everywhere there is uncertainty, there is everywhere anxiety, there is everywhere negative thoughts. People are cheering only when they are COVID negative, but they are with negative thoughts. So, second study shows that research that older women are more grateful to God than older men, and they receive great stress buffering health effects due to this gratitude. You might have seen all the grandmas, and usually women will be more always thinking about, they fight, they live, or whatever it is, they say to their God or anything, no, பூஜை பண்ணிட்டே இருப்பாங்க, whatever. They carry out the traditional things, be it festival things, some or the other way, through their religious values or traditions, they try to follow this spiritual path. Okay. And they thank God for giving a life. At the same time, whenever something happens, it is the God who will be listening to all the curse words from the women. Okay. And third study is, according to research, those with an intrinsic religious orientation, regardless of gender, they exhibited less psychological reactivity towards stress, and those who were intrinsically oriented dedicated their lives to God or higher power, uh, they end making friends or increasing community social standing, sort of. You might have seen like each religions will have their own religious priests or religious gurus who spread lot of positive informations, lot of lifestyles where people could relate or follow certain systemic way of leading life. So it could be either gender, it need not be only male person, it could be any person. So there are certain peoples who will give you a lot of what to say, um, principles or lot of uh, things that will be helpful for you to lead a meaningful life. Okay. And fourth study demonstrates like physical and mental health, as well as the spirituality has effect on your physical mental health, as well as other positive health outcomes also. uh, so fifth study is something related to the psychological well-being, how it impacts your I mean your age, gender, and type of education will have an influence on health related behaviors, psychological well-being. So it is like a sort of cycle, because as you grow old, this concept of spirituality will be seen more in you. You can't see like teenage people getting spiritual, but once they become old, we also say when we talk about some things about spirituality or something about religious, என்ன அதுக்குள்ள வயசாயிடுச்சா ரொம்ப தத்துவம் எல்லாம் பேசுறீங்க, you have become so philosophical, you are sounding old fashioned. These are the things you could relate to. So what are the health benefits of spirituality? When we look at the benefits of spirituality, it is your better health, it gives you psychological well-being, less depression, less hypertension, because it will teach you a systemic way of leading your life, principled life structure, discipline. It gives you discipline in your life, which is very essential. Okay, discipline not only with your moral values, it also with the way you carry out your day to day activities also. And it helps to increase more positive feelings and superior ability to handle stress. So it will make your mindset that whatever will come, you know, இதுவும் கடந்து போகும், whatever comes, it is not, I'm not going to break, I'm going to deal with it. So that sort of maturity you will attain. So benefits, other benefits of spiritual well-being is feeling content with your life, maintaining balance and control of your life, building positive relationships. So this will give you more. This will teach you more to be how to forgive others. Spirituality will teach you like how to become more sensible, more understanding to others feelings, others sufferings. And it will also make you to forgive people. See, forgetting is different, forgiving is different. Okay, you can forgive, and instead of forgetting, you can learn from that experience. And also spirituality will give a feeling of purpose and meaning of your life, accepting and growing from the challenges and changes in your life. It also will teach you the limitations of your own strengths. Okay, it will teach you like these are within your domain, and if there are any challenges, whether to overcome it or whether to let it go. See, many a times we think like if a vittu kudukuradhu, it is not a sign of weakness. Letting it go is also a sign of strength. See, when you hang on to something, that that weight will pull you down or drag you down without going high in your life. So sometimes you need to let it go off, so that you can free yourself from that burden. So accepting that challenge and letting it go is also your strength. So spirituality will definitely help you to look, I mean, to understand these nuances. Okay. And also it also helps to overcome hardship in life. Spiritual people make healthier choice, and it also helps to live longer. Like they will have their own way of taking food. They will be taking more sattvic type of food, where they will be having less meat, or that is less spices. They will be eating food that is healthy, more green and grains food. Okay, so spiritual wellness activities. What are the spiritual wellness activities? Your prayer, your gratitude, your affirmations, yoga and meditation. So any of these things you could personalize for yourself. For one, gratitude will be working. For some people, yoga will be fascinating. They want to like get a little bit of physical thing also, so they can practice that. And some people just want to sit and do meditations. Anything, whatever you feel you are comfortable with, you can tend to follow that. So it will practicing meditation or yoga, praying or taking part in any of the organized religious, what to say, uh, I don't as such see religious uh, proceedings also. Something in religious thing where you are trying to help other people. Okay, where you provide food or shelter, or something where you could help the mankind. And spending quiet time alone, pondering the meaning of life. Sometimes just sitting and not doing anything, like sit silently. Just sit silently for 5 minutes. Don't get any of the thoughts, or don't influence the outer things to disturb you. Just sit there and enjoy those moments for yourself. Start doing that. It will be very difficult initially, but if you do it continuously for 21 days, it will become a habit. And sometimes reading and reflection, affirmations and mindfulness. There are certain people whose writings will inspire you like anything. To quote personally, of recent days, I've started to love JK's teachings. We have Jittu Krishnamurti Garu, and he has given so much of philosophical quotes, which really inspired as much as I really wanted to meet him. So I get so inspired with his teachings, that really gives you like how you could relate as a human, how you could be helpful for others, and what are the things that you could uh, practice for yourself, so that you can grow as a more better person than what you are. So you can have your own teachings, or people who will be inspiring to you. So the, with that, I come to the end of the topic, and hopefully I did justice to whatever Suresh sir has given. If you have any questions or anything, you can shoot out. I'm ready to answer.
Thank you, Veena ma'am. As in the Doctor's Day, we would like to thank you since you are the physician, and uh, today you've done the spiritual well-being. It's a very good, wonderful topic, and the Doctor's Day.
Thank you, sir. Thank
So
you so
now
much.
I'd like to call Sunanda ma'am to conduct the question answer session and the vote of thanks.
Hi Vinaji, happy Doctor's Day.
Thank you, Sunitaji. Thank you so much.
Participants, any questions are there? You can ask.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, madam. Happy Doctor's Day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Madam, actually, think spirituality in the sense the purpose of life. Simply, we can say the purpose of life is called as spirituality. The purpose of life is anything, or is there any conditions? Like we can say God.
Huh.
So likewise, only God should be there, or anything, madam. Like,
No,
is
sir.
there any?
That's what I told. Purpose of life need not always be God. It could be anything. See, it would not. Everything should be கடவுள் தான் வந்து செய்யணும்னு கிடையாது. ஒரு மனிதனா இருந்து நீங்க ஒரு நல்ல செய். You do something good for any person. No, you will feel that meaning and the purpose for your life. Okay. See, a person being good or bad, it is because of the circumstances, because of certain things that has happened in their childhood or anything. As such, any person who is born is not bad, isn't it? Love is something innate. We all are born with love. Hatred is something we learn while we grow up. So, spirituality need not always be something related to God. It could be anything. Small things, small. If you have seen, there is an ad, or a tea ad, where one of the a person who belongs to the third gender, on a rainy day she gives tea to people who are stuck up in the traffic. See, that is what she could do within her, no, that is what she could do, or make people happy. Okay. She feels happy, and when the person tries to give money also, she says, no, I am doing this because I wanted to feel content and happy. Okay. And the lady asks her to come, and she says, she will try to give blessings. Usually we receive blessings from those people, but a person giving blessing to her and saying, you be happy forever. So this is what is about. Beyond you being a human, what is it that you have that connectedness with other mankind, that is a part of your spirituality, that is a part of attaining your nirvana, moksha, whatever you call it. So spirituality is a path, the way you lead, or the way that will lead you for attaining your nirvana. So in Buddhism they call it as nirvana, in Hinduism they call it as moksha, and sir, I think in Muslims they call it as Jannat, isn't it? To attain Jannat.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
whatever the religion be, everyone wants to attain this in, you know, higher abode. This is what we all work for. No, so people will live even after their death with whatever good deeds they do. No, people, for instance, you take at the cancer institute, like it was like, no, even after Dr. Shanta has passed away, ma'am is no more, but still people get no lot of benefits from cancer institute. They give blessings to her even now. No, this is what will make you alive even after your death. Like I told you, I am so inspired by JK's readings. I literally wanted to meet him. So he has left that legacy. We are inspired with so many people with their artwork, with their music. SPB, people miss him, but his songs will never die, isn't it? They're always like forever there with us. You relate it to each and every moment of your life. You are happy, you'll have SPB songs and Ilayaraja songs. Your sorrow, sogama irundalum, any time you could relate it to all stages of your life. So we call these people as avatar purush. They are the blessed ones, the chosen ones, whatever you want to name it. But thing is, it's not to be like only those people have to be. You can also cultivate it, you can also get into those paths with your small deeds. நீங்க பண்ற சின்ன சின்ன விஷயங்கள் வந்து that is equal to that.
Dr. Veena, I would say you took up this session in a quite balanced way. You explained things in an, you explained the fine lines in spirituality really well. You balanced things well. So you did justice. I felt it. You did justice to this topic, and the presentations were really good. And appreciation to Dr. Suresh Kumar too.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Keep going, Veena. Keep going. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Dr. Veena.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Thank you for excellent presentation on spirituality. And
Thank you.
first of all, compliments for Dr. G.
Thank you,
to
sir.
you.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, I wanted to know that how to instill or how to create environment of spirituality, especially among the youngsters or in teenage,
Huh.
where the changes in the hormones and their new friends, new hobbies, changing choices, uh, that is too much distracting. So how to do that in that age?
Sir, I'll tell you one thing, the secret, and most of the parents will be struggling with this. See, kids always follow what we do. They observe us. They'll not listen. They will not do what we say. So, when parents like do, kids will observe that and they follow. So, you start doing that, your kids will observe you and they start following it.
Somehow this has not happened. Now what to do?
Okay, then
I am a highly health conscious, and but members are not that much conscious.
sir, I'll tell you again, like each one will have their own way of leading a spiritual life. Maybe they'll be interested through art or music or something else. Know what their spiritual uh, uh, um, pleasure or whatever it is, their way of following spirituality would be. Like I told you, it is very personal choice for each people. What you do is spirituality according to you. It need not be the same to your kid as well. And moreover, when you talk about spirituality with an adolescent, for them spirituality is to get into their peer group. Okay, for them that thing is there. You ask his friend and he will say like என் friend போல இருக்கா மச்சான். That means like my friend is my god sort of. So you need to get those questions from the right people. So you ask his friends how your son is with them. He will go out of his way to help them. How he will be like showing his own way of empathy or compassion. So he will be giving his own meaning of spirituality. What is spirituality to you need not be spirituality for your son.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Veena ma'am. You answered all the questions nicely and with the satisfaction of participant actually. So now it's the time for the vote of thanks. Sunita ma'am, can you go ahead with vote of thanks?
It was a wonderful session, Veena. It gives us wow and wonderful experience. Thank you from our core team and American College of Madurai. Thank you, Veena ji.
Thank you so much, and I'm sure each one will follow your own way of spirituality.
Thank you, ma'am. So thank you, one and all. We will have yet another wonderful session tomorrow, same time. Until then, bye bye. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Veena ma'am. Thank you, all
Thank
the
you,
core team.
sir.
Thank you, all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Veena.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.